If you have any of the following issues, like acne, eczema, red like a red face, flare-ups, rosacea, you wake up between 1 to 3 a.m., there's a lot. These might be signs that there's too much liver heat. They say when there's too much liver heat, it can be caused by stress, wrong diet, or unprocessed emotion. One emotion which is super connected to the liver is anger. So if you feel a lot of times very angry and it's very hard to control these emotions, can be a sign of there being some imbalance in this regard with your liver. Now, how do we cool this heat down? How do we solve this problem? One of the easiest ways is with diet. So incorporating flavors like bitter, astringent, you know what I mean, I hope, and sweet flavors. When I say sweet flavors, I do not mean sugar in any way. I will show you on the screen what I mean with these flavors. Things which we should avoid is too much garlic, chili, onions, greasy, oily food, alcohol, fermented foods, and too much coffee. Don't drink too much coffee. Incorporating like cooling bitters into your diet. I will also show you here on the screen what those cooling bitters are. And of course, you can drink some herbal teas. We have to watch that we don't overdo it because you're easily cold, like your hands and feet are always cold. Then drinking too much of these things or eating too much cooling bitter foods can dry out your system and make it even more cold, and then you're just much more prone to getting a cold. Here are some teas which help to cool you down but are not as bitter and drying as the other ones. A big part why this thing happened in the first place is like maybe unprocessed emotions like anger, especially when we feel angry but we don't admit to it. We're like, oh no, I'm fine. Like we're not even admitting it to ourselves, and then it can really get locked up inside of us. Instead, if we feel anger and then we just admit at least to ourselves, like I'm feeling angry right now, it helps for the emotion to not get stuck and for us to also maybe then understand where is this anger coming from, like accepting it, and then it's much easier to let it go. But also movement is a big part in letting go of emotions like dancing, yoga, kickboxing, sports, anything that helps to transform this energy. And also, one very important thing is have positive self-talk. There's a video where I talk about this, and it's all about sometimes we get so angry and frustrated and we criticize ourselves so much because we don't want to get angry, we want to be in control, but it doesn't always work like that. And then in this moment where we criticize ourselves and get angry at ourselves, that makes it all much worse because more heat is created inside the body. In that moment, we have to stop that and really give ourselves compassion and tell ourselves, like, it's okay, we'll get through this, but not redirecting our anger and hatred and judgment towards ourselves makes this whole story of anger and liver heat and stagnation worse. So let's not do that. Let's be kind to ourselves. And I really hope this helped. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.